Hi guys, this is Melissa Zad for Into Boxing. I am at the Eubank Jr. Williams presser with none other than Mr. Johnny Nelson. How you doing?
I'm like a bad penny back in London again. I actually like these weeks when the build up to the fight. So and this has got a bit of special about it as well, hasn't it? Which I actually like. It's just that nice feeling again.
What makes it special in your opinion?
Of course, because you look at Eubank and you look at his journey, look at what he's doing, look at what his ambitions are. Then it's a big fight domestically for us because Liam is as hungry, as ambitious, wants it as much, and is a live opponent for Eubank. So unless you know him, you don't realise how much of a big deal this is. Eubank he's done it. He's been in the big fights. He's proved himself at this level. Liam hasn't. So Liam's probably got a chip on his shoulder to think, I want to prove something here. You know, you don't understand, don't disrespect me, I belong here. So you've got hungry fighters for different reasons.
I mean, obviously the fact that it's a grudge match as well, and the fact that it's in Cardiff coming out.
You know what, it's not a grudge match, it's just that one fighter doesn't like nonsense. Liam doesn't like nonsense. So if you disrespect him, if you dismiss him, if you disregard him, it pisses him off.
But arguably, Johnny, you know, the fact that he doesn't like nonsense and he's bitten back to it, and now obviously Eubank Jr. doesn't like the fact that he's bitten back, makes it quite a grudge.
But I've seen Eubank Jr. before when he's very good at dismissing you, making you feel like you're nothing, like you don't belong around it. I have a funny feeling that's going to be the persona you're going to get from Chris to upset Liam. So Liam just comes looking for him. But then it's down to discipline of Eubank being able to box and bash, because if he stands there to have a toe-to-toe, even though that's something that we know he loves and likes, but now he's joined forces with Roy Jones, Roy's teaching him to box as well as fight. Is he going to want to box? Is he going to fight? Is he going to go back to his corner? Roy's going to say, look, use his jab, move. You don't get up in box and bash. Or is ego going to get involved and think, I'll beat this guy? Because the more they stand there, the more the fight is dangerous. You know, so Chris has got to box and bash. Anything else, you know, it's going to be a toss-up.
And how do you feel that, you know, it being in Cardiff, obviously Liam Williams is from Wales, you know, how do you think that's going to impact Eubank Jr. come fight now?
Some fighters are intimidated in situations like that. I used to love that. I used to love going somewhere where it's a lion's den and they boo the life out of you and they want you, because in my head I'm thinking, you can try and intimidate him as you want, but when you get your mate in the ring, you know, and Chris taking this fight in Cardiff, it says it all. He could have argued and said, no, I want it to be on neutral ground. You know, I want it elsewhere, I want it in London, whatever, in Brighton or whatever. But he said, no, let's do this. That shows the confidence and the arrogance for Liam. It could be extra pressure because everybody in your hometown is like on your back. You've got on your friends, your family, anybody you know, your school friends, everybody knows. So again, he's got to be strong enough to ignore that kind of pressure, that hometown pressure. So I think where it is, when you get to a certain level of fighters, it don't make no difference. I think if the fight's hard at times for Liam, you know, he'll fight even more because he's got lifted the crowd. But I actually think where it is don't make a difference. It's just a chance for Cardiff to be on the road show with Boxer and Sky Sports Boxing. And
it's a massive ticket seller as well, obviously.
Good ticket seller, and Cardiff's actually a good night. You know, when the boxing's on up there, it's a good crowd, they're good supporters, very passionate, they love their sport up there. And so actually it's a great spot. It's a nice little touch before Christmas.
Little early Christmas present for the fans, I think.
You know, right now, to be a boxing fan, to be a boxer, it's great. There's that much opportunity, there's that much on the menu. You know, it's a great place to be. I think the headaches are for the TV companies and the promoters, but as a fan and as a fighter, you're getting work and you're getting entertained.
So in your opinion, what do you think the outcome of December the 11th is between Chris Eubank Jr. and Liam Williams?
It's all down to game plan. It's hard for me to say William and if say something that's not biased, because Liam trains at our gym, so I know what he's capable of doing. Obviously the favourite is Eubank, and because he's proved that, which is why he's the favourite. But I know what Liam's capable of doing. I know what I've seen what Chris is capable of doing. So he's got to pick the right game plan, because you and I can stand there and sling punches toe to toe. It's a case of who lands first. But if you use brain and experience to box and bash, then that makes a difference. So I'd say it's a 60-40, Chris. And Liam's my boy, but it's not an impossible task or ask.
So obviously last night the news dropped that Canelo is going to move up to cruiserweight division. What's your take on that?
Good. I like that. I like it's about creating opportunities and creating hard tasks. Well, Jones did it, jumped to the heavyweight one, and so for him to do this right opponent works for him. It's a beatable opponent as far as he's concerned. I thought he'd go for something like Bivol or something like that. He wants to challenge, and Canelo has forever impressed me because technically he's a very, very good fighter. Unfortunately, you look at the history, the track record, that dark cloud will always probably take the shine off his achievements, because that question mark had been there. But technically, he's a good fighter, which is a shame. That cloud's there, because the guy can fight. He can box. Technically, he's on point.
And he's so entertaining. I mean, he's one of the most entertaining fighters to watch.
And that's what I'm saying. And so again, it's frustrating because I actually think you're a really good fighter. You know, but again, and I think it's a task that he can pull off. So, but what frustrates me with the WBC is they'll make these kind of announcements and then they'll say stuff like Dylan White and Tyson Fury, you know, we can't make that situation solved until X, Y, Z. And it's just making moves to suit, which in my opinion is kind of bullshit. It doesn't sit well with me.
I mean, the fact that they're blocking Dillian White...
ridiculous. It's unfair and ridiculous. But you know what? These governing bodies are happy to take the heat for a minute, because you'll forget tomorrow. And that's what they do, take the heat. But remember, 30 days ago they said Tyson Fury's got 30 days to announce whether he's giving up or defend against Dillian White. Now they're saying, oh no, we're not going to grant this because of blah 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 arbitration. Come on, man. It's just silly.
It's not the one.
I feel for Dylan, and maybe when he gets his chance it might be too late in life. I feel for him because he's like in the Who Needs Him club. He's fought everybody and everybody. He suffered the gypsies warning when he got knocked out, taking a fight he didn't have to take. Yes sir, yeah, you're good. Taking a fight he didn't have to take. So it's just hard.
Johnny Nelson, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
You're welcome.